Hey guys, Lizardlea here for 4 Heavenly Beasts Day 51. Here's the progress from Day 50. I only got a couple colors done, but yeah. Oh, and this string down here is because my thread ended and I didn't have anywhere to wrap it, and I'm not doing knots, so it's just gonna be there until there's more stitches there that I can wrap the thread in. I'm really tired, so no promises that I'm going to get a lot done today.
So David and I finally got around to watching a movie that has been recommended to us by a couple people for a while now. It was Onward, the Pixar movie. I'm just going to say, if you literally know nothing about it, but you like Pixar films, you're gonna love this movie. I loved it, okay? If you're on this channel, you're probably gonna enjoy it. It's actually heartfelt. It's not like the other terrible things we talk about.
It's Pixar.
It's beautiful.
Like, everything Pixar touches is
There's a baby dragon, or not a baby dragon, a pet dragon. His name is Blaze, and he's like a puppy. He's tiny. He's teeny tiny like a puppy. And he's my favorite character. I loved him so much. He gave me life. That's why I remember his name, and no one else's.
Thanks for watching, and
Pet. The other one of them had the name like a nut or something. It wasn't peanut. It wasn't walnut.
Pecan.
Was it pecan? I don't know.
Barley.
What was the other one?
Ian.
Okay, so it was a wheat, not a nut.
A grain.
A wheat, a grain, same diff.
I see.
Okay, I knew somebody had a weird food name, okay? All I cared about was Blaze. That's not true. This, oh my goodness. You know what, you're the one who's better at the summaries. I give away too much when I do them.
So am I doing that?
Yes, that's what you always do. It's your job.
I didn't know that now is the time. You just said I'm good at the summaries, not that I should start them.
Well, you always start them. Like, I give my little 2-minute spiel, and then it's your turn to go.
I see. So it's my turn to go now?
Yes, go.
Okay, now.
Go, Power Rangers!
Or not now. No, it's a Pixar film about a fantasy world that discovers technology. And so because they discovered technology, it made life easier for everyone, and magic became less and less common to the point that it's basically no longer a thing. So you've got all the fantasy creatures and elements like elves and
unicorns
and dragons and cyclopses and centaurs and manticores and whatnot. But they're all living in a fairly mundane world. You know, they have normal day jobs. It's just like our world, but, you know, slightly fantasy, pixies and whatnot. And so that's kind of the running joke. But then the main characters, the younger son of this father and wife, there's two sons, Barley and Ian. Ian is played by Tom Holland, Barley by Chris Pratt.
I did not know either of those. I recognized so many voices in this.
Oh, I thought it was obvious.
And they were not anime, so I didn't realize it.
Okay, well.
Johnny Young. No, wait. What did Johnny Young Bosch play? What was he in that?
Haruhi.
That's what I'm thinking
we'll
about.
Get to that, yeah.
I'm going crazy. I'm watching too many things now.
Anyways, now that I've ruined your life by making you watch too many good shows.
Is Haruhi good, though? We'll get to that. I'm not done, so I can't say.
Anyways.
Continue.
So they do this really...
I mean, you know immediately that their dad is dead, so it was kind of
Yes.
weird that you led with this couple has a kid.
Because I was getting there. Anyways, yes, the dad is dead, and so the younger son doesn't really have any memories of his father because he was born afterwards, and the older son has barely any memories of his father because, you know, he died when he was young because he got sick. And so on his 16th birthday, they find out that his dad left him a present, and it's a magical staff and a spell to bring his dad back for one day. So the brother's way into this because he's the, air quotes, nerd, because he plays the D&D game that's based on real magic from their realm. It's all historically accurate. And the younger brother is embarrassed by his older brother because, oh, he's got a van, and he's such a loser, and blah, 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 blah.
I would have been embarrassed by him too, and I'm clearly him of the two brothers.
Yes. And so, the older brother is trying to cast the spell, and he can't cast it, so he gets kind of sad, because, like, okay, maybe there is, it just doesn't work, whatever, it was a nice idea. And then the younger brother's messing with it, and he accidentally starts casting the spell. But he doesn't know what he's doing, and the spell sort of fails, and that they only summon their father from the waist down, literally just his pants, his socks, and his shoes. So now they have 24 hours to go find another Phoenix Stone and go on a quest to find the Phoenix Stone so they can summon the rest of their father, because they've only got until sundown of the next day before he will have to go back to the ether or whatever. And every second they waste is a second they don't get to spend with their dad. So that is the gist of the movie, yeah, the core plot, and it's all wacky hijinks and heartfelt moments from there.
Oh my god, I cried a lot.
She cried a ton.
I did.
She cried that the brother was a good guy.
In my defense, I was on my period, so whatever. But it was still really good. Like, such a great movie. Like, just thinking about it makes me feel like I'm going to start crying again, because I have an older sibling, I have a younger sibling, so I can kind of relate to both of them on that level. And, like, I don't want to do I want to do spoilers because I want to talk about this movie. It's so good. If you want to see this movie, please just mute this and finish it, or just stop it entirely and go watch it. I highly recommend this movie. I give it like 10 out of 10. I absolutely adored it.
To add some characters before Liz spoils everything, there's their mother, Laurel, who is also an elf-like creature, whatever they are. I assume they're elves.
Yeah, they are. She said they were elves.
Yeah.
She's adorable.
There's the stepfather, or soon-to-be stepfather, who's
Centaur.
Officer Colt, I think. He's a centaur. And, obviously he's had trouble with the older son, because the older son is trying to, chain himself to heritage landmarks that they're going to destroy and whatnot. And there's Corey the Manticore, who they meet later. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the cast.
And Blaze, the best character
Blazy.
ever, their pet dragon.
Blazy.
I thought Blazy was his nickname and his name was Blaze. Either way, I adore him, I don't care, I love him. I want one. Even if he is that ugly light green color, I still want him. I don't care. So yeah, you should 100% go see this movie. 10 out of 10 from me. What would you rate it?
Oh yeah, I thought it was great. It's all Pixar stuff is 8 or higher by default, pretty much. Cars is their worst that I've seen. And
I still really liked Cars.
Yeah, it's still fun. I don't like it as much as the others, but I really liked it. Up is phenomenal. This was great. Yeah. All their stuff is really consistent. So, yeah. Do you want to go into spoilers, since you've been dying to go into spoilers?
Okay, so I spent the whole movie worrying that the older brother was going to be jealous that the younger brother was so good with magic. And if you want to know, he's not. He never becomes jealous about it. He is only 110% proud and excited to help his brother use magic. When it was finally ending and it just became completely obvious, he's never going to turn around and be like, man, I wish I had magic. I hate that you have it. I cried. I was so happy that there was no resentment there. There was resentment the other way, which also made me cry. But, whatever. Oh my gosh, what else? Do you have anything?
Cry?
Well, just anything. What did you like? What was
that
was my favorite part. I loved it.
It's probably a better Hobbit story than the Hobbit movies were.
It's definitely a better Hobbit story than the Hobbit movies were.
It's just a better movie in general, but it's also a better Hobbit story. It's about the journey and the adventure and all that. It's just very well done. It doesn't fall into the common tropes or the weaker tropes of oh yes, the brother's jealous now and they're gonna fight to get along, and no, he's always supportive, and that was nice to see.
It was so nice.
And she's crying.
God. No, I spent so much of that movie if I were him, yeah, I'd be jealous that I don't have magic. I'd be upset about it. I wouldn't really want to announce it because, I know that's not nice. It's not, how is that going to help anybody? But, he was never never jealous. He was just so excited, and he wanted his brother to become a great magician. It makes me so happy.
So happy.
Mm-hmm. And he was always a really good older brother. Mm-hmm. So it's nice that he always was.
Yep. And they have some fun with it, because it's mostly about the younger brother finding himself, figuring out who he is, and learning to not be such a. He's very, it's that self-confidence issue that a lot of us have had in our lives, where you don't trust yourself, or you think no one likes you, or anything like that, or you're embarrassed by the people around you, and just learning to be like, I don't care, I'm me, and if people like me, they'll be around me, sort of thing. And it's going through all that. There's the. They have to go find the manticore first, and they do. And then
they run into pixies who don't fly, even though they have wings.
Yeah, because they've stopped using them because of magic. They ride motorcycles.
It was so weird.
Yeah, they're a biker gang.
I like how that plot ended, though. That was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. And then the Manticore tells them where the quest is and blah, blah, blah. They figure it out. And it's just a lot of fun. And there's, trusting his gut on the easy versus the hard route.
Mm-hmm.
And, taking the path of peril.
Instead of just the obvious highway.
Yes, which would have gone wrong. And then the ending is the big one, because first of all, they have to fight a dragon, which was fun, because it's made out of the school building, so it's the derpiest dragon ever.
It was hilarious. I loved when its eyebrows reacted, though. Like when it got angry and its eyebrows went down. Oh my god, yes. I laughed out loud so much. And then it's a school mascot. It's a cartoon school mascot, so it looks super derpy. But then having angry eyebrows on it just made it so much more. It was great. Sorry, continue.
Yep. So, that was fun. And then there's the big twist at the end where the younger brother makes the good sacrifice and, doesn't get to meet his dad, even though he's, been planning to meet his dad this entire time. And the older brother instead gets to meet him.
Well, yeah, and the younger brother realizes, no, I didn't have a dad. I had you. Mm-hmm. That also made me cry so much. They both support one another, and it makes me so happy.
Yes. And he also, they went in a circle, blah, 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 spells, something. It was very well put together. There was nothing, like many Pixar things, they seem to understand how to write a good story. The rest of it's animation and whatnot, but they're not overly complex, not ridiculous. It rarely feels like they're just pulling something out of their butt or whatnot. It just, it works. It's fun, and it's nice to have a straightforward, simple film.
It was very funny watching them try to interact with legs.
Oh, yeah. The dad, that's why I want, yeah.
That was great.
They kind of weakened at Bernie's the dad, because it's just a pair of legs, so he can't hear them, so they have him on a leash, and then they put a
They literally have a dog leash on him, the contracting one.
Yeah. They have a fake torso on him, they're dragging him around, he starts dancing at one point, they realize their dad can't dance.
Oh yeah, that was amazing, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Oh, it was really cute how they got the dad to realize it was them, though, because the older brother had been telling the younger brother stories about how, he would play the drums on his dad's foot. So, as an adult, or, as a teenager or whatever, he did that, and then the legs were like, ah! He realized it was his son. It was so cute. I don't know how they got legs and feet to emote so well, but they did. You could tell what the dad was thinking, even though there was no face to look at and no voice to hear. It was great.
Yeah. And it was, because, that's actually something that Pixar has really done incredibly well, and more media has attempted, I think, because of Pixar, is the non-verbal communication through, the characters emoting and having silent characters, or mostly silent characters. Obviously, the opening of WALL-E.
The opening of Up.
There
wasn't any talking, or when they were young there was talking, but then that time skip of them growing old was
yeah.
Up, I liked Onward more than Up.
What?
I liked Onward more than Up.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. There's a dragon, duh.
Interesting. So
Even without the dragon.
But yeah, like, and this is the same thing where, again, they know how to convey things just from positional and reactional attributes, rather than having a character talk. And, it means a lot, and it does really, really well to, it just means a lot for good storytelling if you can do that, because it works super well even with their characters who can speak, and it allows them to have meaningful moments with characters who can't, whether they be inanimate objects or, half a person or a dragon pet thing.
I loved Blazy. I want him.
Yes, I am well aware that you would like a pet
I
dragon.
want him more than Toothless.
Okay. Why?
Because he's just
explain
compact
dragon
and
tier
the
lists.
cutest thing in the world and just so sweet. Like, everybody always compares Toothless to a dog, but like, he was like a mixture of a cat and a dog and a dragon. And Blaze was just the most excited little pupper ever without the annoying barking. And I'm not allergic, I'm assuming. I mean, I guess I could be allergic to dragons if they suddenly came into existence. It'd be my luck. But...
Yeah, that sounds right. He was a very cute dragon. He did very cute things.
And, like, I could have Blaze in the house. There's no way Toothless would fit in here. That's a problem.
Really?
Yeah.
I see.
Like, Blaze, I could hide from the world and keep him safe without worrying about scientists. Toothless, the second he gets out, which is going to be almost immediately because of all his powers and his size, he's going to get captured by scientists and I'll never see him again, and I just can't have that.
I see. So we'll be keeping a secret dragon in our house.
Where else would I keep it?
I mean, the secret part's kind of the trick, isn't it?
I mean, if our friends come over and then suddenly someone's coming out to take my dragon away from me, our friends are all going to die.
I see. So you will.
I will kill everyone for that dragon.
I see. Okay. No.
And I mean, look at our house. Our friends are smart enough to know, wow, Liz has a dragon. Let's not post anything about it on social media or tell anyone because she will kill us. At least I like to think our friends are smart enough to know that.
Hopefully they'll listen to this episode.
They won't. It'll be fine. When I magically get a dragon, I'll tell them, hey, by the way, you say anything about this, you're going to die.
Okay. I see.
I'll do it. I want a dragon so bad.
Right.
Okay. Do we have anything else to add?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay.
I don't have any more numbers.
You're a dork. I 100% think everyone should see Onward. It's a great, great movie. You'll love it. I cried. I cried a little bit just now talking about it. So, if that isn't a good endorsement, I don't know what is.
And that is the end of For Heavenly Beasts Day 51. I got 2 hours and 40 minutes of footage. Finished several more colors. Yeah, sorry, I'm exhausted. I'm getting there. Alright. I had a 10-hour day. So the 49th was the 10-hour day is what I'm referring to, by the way. It's the weekend, so I didn't do work. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Maybe I'll go take a nap. I don't know. Like, subscribe, share, comment, all that jazz. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully it'll be longer. I'm sorry.